everyone, it's Milton here. I just wanted to make a short video about the community tournaments QuakeCon announced about a week ago. If you haven't heard about them, they actually announced a big bunch of tournaments for the BYOC part of the QuakeCon, where you have to bring your own computer and buy a ticket beforehand. So the tournaments they announced include Quake 2, Quake 2 1-on-1, Quake Live CTF, Doom 2016 Doom 2 versus 2 Clan Arena, then the Elder Scroll Legends tournament, Quake 1 1-on-1, Road Rage Free for All, and in addition to all this they have a cosplay competition as well. So at first when I heard about the tournaments I was quite excited. I kind of knew that I wouldn't be going because the Quake tournament is going to be one-on-one and I don't like one-on-one tournaments. I made an exception for QuakeCon 2017, but that's it. I'm not probably going to play one-on-one tournaments ever again. In Quake World at least. But I just wanted to tell you my opinion about the tournament announcements and the tournaments themselves, because I found that they didn't really handle the communication very well, and I think they could have done some things a bit better with the tournaments. But what is great in my opinion, if I start with something positive, is that there is a Quake 1 tournament, and that gives our old game the exposure that it, in my opinion, deserves. And also it's great that they will have Quake Live CTF, that it's making a comeback after a 1-year break, I think. I think they played Quake Live CTF in 2015, and I very much enjoyed it. I don't know if the players actually were as thrilled about the CTF, but I very much enjoyed it. It's great to watch, and I actually like to play it as well. So what I don't find so good is that the Quake tournament is one-on-one. On one hand, I understand why they picked one-on-one. They had a 2-on-2 tournament last year in 2016, so they probably didn't want to go with 2-on-2 again, and it would be very difficult to find teams for 4-on-4 tournament. But I think they could have actually gone with something totally different, like free for all, or even Clan Arena, like they are doing in Doom 2016. So I was disappointed to see that we will get yet another one-on-one tournament. But that is not even the biggest problem. I think the biggest problem is that the tournaments will be held in the BYOC area, because first of all you need to bring your own computer, which is quite difficult for people living abroad. Second of all, it's very difficult to get one of those BYOC tickets. They sell out very quickly. Even people who are sitting by their computers when the ticket sale actually opens, they are pressing F5 all the time, and they are not getting the tickets anyway, or some of them are not. So that's another problem. Then I'm not sure if they will offer rental computers this year. I think last year they didn't have them. I was looking into it because I went to QuakeCon 2016 and I didn't know that we would be able to use the computers in the tournament room pretty much the whole time, so I was thinking about renting one there. So I don't know if it's possible to do it this year. Also, they announced the tournaments only about a day before the last batch of the BYOC tickets were sold. So if someone overseas wanted to attend or take part in one of the tournaments and didn't have a ticket already, then he or she would have had only about a day to make the plans. And that's not enough for most people to arrange holidays, to get time off work, to find flight tickets and so on. Of course you can buy flight tickets later, but you probably would like to at least check that they are available for a reasonable price. And so on. Also, they didn't release enough information about the tournaments. They still haven't released any more information about the tournaments, and we still don't know if it will be a Quake World tournament or a regular QuakeCon tournament. I expect it to be a Quake World tournament, but we don't really know. So they could have handled that part a lot better as well. They should have had the tournament information ready before they released the information and before they sold out all the BYOC tickets. They also didn't release prize distribution, so the only thing we know at this time is that the prize pool for Quake 1 will be $5,000, and it's great to have prize money in Quake World, but unfortunately $5,000 even in a one-on-one tournament is probably not enough for most European players to go to the States, because first of all you pay about 30% taxes, and if we assume that the winner of the one-on-one tournament will get about half of the prize pool, which would be $2,500, minus the taxes, you will end up with $1,750, and then the trip, the flight tickets, hotels, food will probably cost you at least $1,000. I guess you can find cheaper tickets and live in Airbnb apartments and so on, so you might go a bit under $1,000, but not much. So in the end, if you happen to win, if you manage to win the tournament, you will end up gaining like $750, which is a good amount of money, I guess, for a 20-year-old game, but it also involves quite a big risk, because that is assuming that you actually win. And I think many people just can't take such financial risks. So it's not really a tournament for international players, I think. Which is a shame, but on the other hand, understandable that they just can't put enough money in Quake World anymore. But because of the small prize pool and the difficulty of getting a ticket to the BYOC area, I think the tournament won't have almost any prestige, because as far as I know, the only real Quake World players that are going there are Dirtbox and Venom from Australia. And if no one else goes, then it will be an easy victory for one of them and an easy second place for the other. What I also find quite sad is that the 20-year anniversary tournament for Quake 2 is also there in the BYOC area with a prize pool of $10,000. And I already heard rumors that some top Quake 2 players actually wanted to go, but were not able to get tickets. I hope I'm wrong. I hope to see all the best Quake 2 players there competing for the victory, but we'll see. Also, there at QuakeWorld.nu forums, Ryu mentioned that it's obvious that these tournaments are meant to be like a bonus for the people attending BYOC, but and I understand that it can be, but I find it a bit strange at the same time to offer these kind of bonuses for such a limited group of people because of the limited number of tickets they have. And I don't know, there's just no prestige, no real competition. The biggest competition actually, in my opinion, happens before the tournament. Who manages to get one of those tickets, and who is willing to take the risk, the financial risk, to actually attend the tournament. So I find it a bit sad that they put $50,000 in this kind of tournaments instead of making a tournament or two that would be more accessible to the actual good players. I don't even care if it's Quake World or Quake 2 or Quake Live or Quake Champions, whatever. It can be even Rage or the Elder Scrolls, for all that I care, but it just would be nice to have the top players of that game or of those games attending the tournament. Alright, I think that's it. I hope you enjoyed watching, and let me know if you agree, disagree. If you have anything else to say, let me know in the comments. Alright, take care.